Yep.
So
Pearls before swine, isn't it? But in relationship to this, do you believe that your God is all-knowing?
Yes.
And do you believe that not only does he know everything that's going to happen, he also knows all the alternatives as well?
Well, when we use the phrase, he knows everything that's going to happen, that's from our kind of human perspective. He doesn't see what's going to happen. It's like past, present. Hold on. It's like past, present, and future, like a scroll you unroll, and he's looking at all of it at once. It's not what's going to happen for him.
I was talking that in reference to us.
That's fine. Yeah. The reason I actually jumped in there was because he's not seeing the future. He's seeing it as it's like it's happened already.
Yes.
It's all at once.
I understand that.
So he knows all that.
He knows all that. Not only does he know that, he also knows all the possible variables that could have happened.
Yes.
So he's in knowing of effectively all the multiverse of options of what has happened in his mind.
Yes.
And all the things that could have happened.
Yes.
And so therefore he has then chosen the choice of reality that we experience from all the options of knowing. And it links into what you're saying about he's done the right amount of miracles or whatever. So every single thing is not only determined.
That's why I wanted to jump in with you when you said he's chosen this particular reality. I would say about foreseeability, like time, present, past and future, all like he sees at once. But we Catholics saying that also say man has free will. And then the question is, how do you reconcile determinism with free will?
You can't, can you? So
I can't. I certainly can't. But you read St. Thomas Aquinas and Molina and others, and they talk about this at great length. But it's difficult.
But regardless of the church and the writers, what the reality is, or the only reality that can be true for an omniscient, omnipotent God, is that he has chosen everything that has happened and will happen.
I can't say that myself, but I'll leave it to you to say that.
The instigator for this reality is. That's the start of this reality, and he knows how it's going to end.
You're putting it that way. I can't put it that way myself.
Every single thing that happens, but this is the problem, really, that people don't talk about. Really, is
they should then, because this has been talked about at great length in the Catholic Church as a major theological issue. We have free will. God knows the future. All that kind of all that's generated from those two statements. We have not got a reconciliation between free will and predestination or predeterminism. It's just the way it is. Yet what we do know is we do have free will, unless it's an illusion.
But everything.
And we say that God knows the future. Well, there you are. You see, you have to take a position, right?
Yeah. Well, I do believe it's an illusion. So that's the thing with Abrahamic religions, is that it's all about blame and free will.
Blame and free will.
Yeah.
You mean, if somebody's got free will, you've got to blame them for things that they do wrong.
Yes, I understand. That's why I said. That's why I linked it to free will, blame and free will.
Yeah.
But actually, everything is determined by God even before the creation. He knew he was going to have to die on the cross. Anyway, obviously.
Well, there are some things like that we can say that is going to happen, come what may. That is. Yes, but here's what we say, that the people who did it, because it only happened because people did it who disliked Jesus, they did it of their own free will. Even the Iscariot did it of his own free will.
Well, I know that's what you would say.
Yes, that's what we would say, yeah.
Well, no,
we believe in free will.
Yeah, I know you believe in free will, but you can't demonstrate it, though, can you?
Yeah, because we're having a conversation, you're freely thinking and we're freely responding.
You're not freely responding.
Well, then you're not freely speaking.
I'm not. I don't agree.
So we might all be wrong, because there's all no cogs going up in the brain.
I can go that way, I can go that way.
I'm not saying you don't have the illusion of free will, brother.
It's an illusion, me going down that way or not going down that way.
It's an illusion that you've got, that we've all got free will. We've got an illusion.
How do we know?
Huh?
How do we know that we are determined?
Okay, because you can't. If you had free will, you would be able to choose what you believed and what you didn't believe, but you can't.
But you're already presupposing that I'm determined and don't have free will.
Yeah. No, I believe that everything's determined.
And how do you come to this belief?
by logic?
No, by your predetermined position, the cells in your brain and how everything moves and all the kind of particles. It's not by logic though, is it?
No, by logic.
No, but it can't be because you're predetermined. That's the thing. You're like a clock. In your head's a clock, and it's turning and it's producing the words that are coming out of your mouth. That's why you responded to this gentleman the way you did. Not because you're thinking about what he said. The cogs are turning, all right, in mechanical response to what he said, but it's not any logical process. It's just a kind of mechanical process.
What I was going to say is that how you can't even show that you have free will because you can't change your belief at will. If you're able to change what you believe at will about anything, then you'd have free will, but you can't do that about anything.
Can't you?
About one thing.
I mean, maybe I'm misunderstanding you because I've changed my views about things over the years.
I'm not saying they don't change.
Okay.
So do you remember when I'm talking, I'm not a total idiot that thinks like, oh look, I can choose to eat or drink coffee or not. Okay.
Nobody thinks of you as a total idiot.
But I'm not saying that we don't change our beliefs. What I'm saying is that we don't have volition to change our belief at will. Huh? Because you only have to. No one has ever proven to me that they change their belief. They have a belief and they change it and they change it back.
Yeah.
If you could do that, no.
I know what he means. Yeah, you just need to.
If you could do this right now, I will believe in free will.
But how can I prove you? Because you can only look in my mind.
I'll take your word for it.
But isn't this saying though that we do have? Oh, go on. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Believing is a submission to an authority, and I have already changed my authorities many times in my life.
No. I didn't say you couldn't change it, that it doesn't change. I'm saying that you can't change it but at will. So if you have any belief, a very simple belief that you have right now, and you can change what you believe, I'll take your word for it that you do change it.
Yes, I can change my authority.
Okay, just give me one belief that you have.
Like for example, if I believe
Not
that
if.
everything the Catholic Church...
No. Simple thing. Just one belief that you have right now. Not if, not one that you actually believe. Any belief. It can be about anything.
The Catholic Church is correct.
Okay, so can you now...
So this is
do you
based
believe
on
the
the authority that the Catholic Church is a Church of God. But I can now decide that I don't submit to this authority anymore, and then I might become sola scriptura.
Do you believe that the Catholic Church is correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now can you for 1 second believe that the Catholic Church isn't correct?
Yes, if I decide...
Just do it. Just do it.
I can. When I decide...
You don't have to explain it to me. You just have to do it. Have you done it?
I can't.
No, have you done
I
it?
don't want to do it.
Okay, I don't think you can do it.
I did it before.
No. I'm saying at will. I didn't say you couldn't play. You didn't.
I did it at will. I was a sola scriptura Christian. And then I had the authority of the Catholic Church coming into my life, and I decided on purpose to trust this church and obey everything it says.
It's not quite the same as changing a belief at will. It's you had a whole load of experiences that you then started to believe what you believe. That's not the same as obviously we believe a whole set of
I mean, it's very interesting to get to the nitty-gritty of what you were saying there, which becomes very interesting because I hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I would have, but in principle, I've always agreed with that because, if with what you've said, a criminal goes on trial for his free acts, but everybody knows that criminal, but for his difficult life possibly, could have been a good, upstanding member of society. Yeah. Hitler, if he'd been kidnapped and brought to Devon and been brought up by a chubby old lady and been fed on scones and cream and stuff, might never have been the maniac he was. But
in fact, we could only be who we are given our circumstances.
Well,
because we are determined by those.
Well, this is where I stop. Not quite that far. See, I say that the circumstances are very important, but still, free actions take place within your circumstances. Where they are. So any criminal, there are criminologists who say, look, you can't put people on trial. Because really, they're the product of their background, and so nobody can be regarded as guilty or not. But I say, yes, there are, and I think the law still says, yes, there are circumstances which give rise to a particular action, which is determined to be criminal or otherwise. But there was a free decision made by that person, however difficult his circumstances were, to fire that gun and kill somebody or to use that knife on somebody. He need not have done that. And there is a creeping, I've read from a guy called Dalrymple, who says that a lot of people who are in prison now, they've drawn on this idea, but uneducated people, they've absorbed this idea that you are not responsible for your actions. So they use phrases like, oh, the knife went in. Like, the knife never went in, you put the knife in. So there is this...
Matters. Now, the thing is that I'm not saying that people aren't accountable for their actions, or ultimately they have to take responsibility. The difference in this is, from a criminal justice point of view, is that you can arrest people, you can imprison them for the safety of society, or even as a deterrent to others. But I don't agree that you can blame them for being who they are, because that is not true. But what I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. I don't think any of you can. If you can, change your belief at free will. I just don't think you can. And you get so many thoughts in your mind. You get 5 thoughts in your mind coming up now. One of them you might believe, the others you don't believe. But you can't choose which one you believe. That's based on your conditioning.
I totally agree. I agree with that point, but I don't think that precludes saying I have a choice. I can make a real choice right now whether to stab somebody or not to stab them.
You have to make, we're all making choices all the time, aren't we?
But I can't choose about my belief. I agree with you there. But so there's some things I can't choose, and there's some things I can choose.
No, but you only...
So I have free will within a context.
No, because your actions are backed by your beliefs. So if you stab someone, it's because you think, I've got the knife out, I need this money, this is more important than this person's life. Actually, I'd rather maybe kill them because they'll witness me. These are all beliefs that you have. And it's not the action necessarily is the big deal, it's the belief.
The action is a decision though, and I make a decision to stab or not to stab, and that is a free action by me.
I mean, look, we didn't disagree about the illusion of free will. What I'm saying is that everything has brought you up to the point that you stab someone. You haven't been, you know, that's just the culmination of your whole life. Not only your life, obviously the way you were brought up, the way you were looked after as a baby, your genetics, your parenting, their parenting, their parenting. It goes back forever, doesn't it? It's the only difference between, and this is what I mean by the illusion of truth. Obviously, we've got the illusion of truth. The only difference is blame, really. And I think even Jesus would say.
So I appreciate you regard it's an illusion of free will. So if I've got the knife and I'm thinking I'm making a choice to stab the person or not to stab, or to fire the gun or not to fire the gun, that's an illusion of free will. But I believe it's a reality of free will. And I do agree that my belief system, I cannot change my belief system at will. I agree with that. I can even sense that. So, you know, we're not going to disagree with you on that. We just disagree on the other.
No, according to you.
If your belief system is, I need to stab this person for money or for any other reason, that's your belief system.
Yeah,
too.
but I could have that belief system, but I still have to make a decision whether I'm going to act on that belief system. The action itself is a separate decision from my belief system.
Some people have got ADHD, they're more impulsive. You know, people they've got the more vulnerability to impulsive, antisocial acts.
Absolutely, you could be psychologically, you might trigger more easily, and then you're off down this road of violence. Yeah. But I'm talking about me and others like me who actually are calm and can make his decision. Yes, I think I need that money, like in Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. The old lady, she got the money. I could do great things for society. If I had her money, she's no good, so I'll kill her. I've decided that's the right thing to do, but as Raskolnikov, I think he is, he decides whether he's going to kill the old lady or not. It's a free decision he made.
It's temptation.
And in the end, Porphyry catches him. And he suffers for it. because he really did a free. In fact, maybe Crime and Punishment, so long ago. I don't know. Crime and Punishment may be a meditation upon free will and the absence thereof. I don't know. But you brought it up in my mind. It's great to hear you were a Protestant and you become a Catholic. It's great. It's fantastic.
May I take a photo of your sign?
You can take a picture.
According to the gentleman, all
Go
the
ahead,
moral
as you want.
life is in ruins. All the moral life is in ruins.
Oh, watch his photo. He's got to take his photo.
All the moral life,
All right, my friend.
principles are in ruins, according to you.
If I am.
It's in ruins. We cannot live together.
I think you'll find
We
it.
cannot live together.
You've destroyed our
I
civilization.
think you'll find that you thought that
I'm trying
before.
to maybe
That morality is in ruin.
thinking straight.
Oh, there you go.
know by conscience that to kill other people is wrong.
The difference between
That is a
yourself
moral
and
law,
mine
and
is
so
that
many moral laws. They are in your brain already.
your morals
Not my
have
moral.
been the morals that you have received from your church.
No, it's natural moral. Because it's universal principle that to kill someone is wrong.
Yeah. No, I get-
Because
I
we
get-
got in our brains
I get that.